Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with our first semifinals match. That's going to be JP. Actually, that's our second semifinal match. JP versus Quantum Artifact, also known as Artie, also known as XP the Edge. Now, we'll have to see if Artie's going to get the edge on this one or if JP's going to pull out his tactics. But Mr. Freeze, who's currently favored to win this match?
Well, this is interesting. I think JP is the favorite here. If we look at the past league play, JP did win against Quantum 2-0, and based off of predictions in the chat, JP is 94 to 6% over Quantum. Now, Quantum Artifact has just used the green launcher and launched backwards onto his point here. It looks like he might be going for a suicide strat. That's exactly what he's doing here.
And this is exactly the thing that I asked for here. Say, how is this invisibility strat going to work out here? See how that plays out. Looks like he's going to go for a bit of damage early onto the point.
So the way suicide strats work here is you kill one of your clones or cause the death of one of your clones, then you kill whatever killed that clone, so that way it isn't dead. And that could cause a complete turnaround here if JP's not expecting it.
Complete turnaround, and it looks like it's not going to be happening here as JP was able to desync Artie not once but twice. Gonna get on top of the point here, and that's JP scoring the first point of the game, leaving his third clone not on the point either. Classic JP.
So JP, I think, saw this coming. Being a seasoned player, he knows that the suicide strat is going on. So he pushes up and gets the kill on the one. Or the one's already dead, sorry. He pushes up and gets to get an angle on the 3. When you're doing a suicide strat, you really need to take out the opponent's 3 with your 3. Because if you don't do that, it's not going to go in your favor. The entire point is that your desync clones get the kills on the other clones when you resync back in, or you change the history of your deaths. So Quantum couldn't get that kill on JP's 3, and we see in the first loop here, it looks like Quantum did die to a barrel again. Could be another suicide strat coming out from Quantum. We have yet to see.
It really depends on how they play out the invisibility strat there. We have already, I've heard from here some of the other pro players that it's probably better to keep it more on the defensive play, because if you go for the invisibility strat and overextend your clone, when you bring them back up, they're just out left in the open and still can react to countering it here.
We see JP's 2 takes out Quantum Artifact's 2 here. Quantum decided to play up ramp this time. Looks like he's not going for any invisibility plays.
No invisibility plays this time here, but JP pulling out the shotgun here, going full aggro, gonna steal the health pack away from Artie. Artie's forced to pick up the other health pack here, but JP is gonna try to pre-fire here, hopefully try to take him down. No, he's gonna get some shots, but no headshots here. Switching to pistol, is he able to land the last shot? One more. Artie able to get on top of the point, bringing it to overtime.
As an overtime caused by Quantum Artifact, but his 3 is so low HP here, he needs his health pack, and we see JP's 1 has just relayed him for it. That's the only health pack that's going to be up. If Quantum can't get to that health pack, it is going to be a very, very hard point to win.
Ooh, he's able to land the last pistol shot. Artie's pretty good with the grenade launcher. Super close. All these pre-fire explosions. It's kind of hard to see where exactly they headed off to, but JP has a huge thing to look out for. Pre-explosions, not from his, just from Artie and himself as well. So it's kind of scary. This map is how it's gonna look like later.
Yeah, this map is going to be saturated with explosions here. Both JP's 2 and Quantum Artifact's 1 using the grenade launcher to pepper the field. We're going to see if any of these players get caught by one of those explosions in loop 3.
Now both players being on top of center point, so anyone can get desynced. It looks like it's going to be Artie, but he's got the health pack advantage. But JP, 13 HP, no health pack. He's gonna take down
Oh,
Artie with a shot. Now he's gotta be very careful with all the pre-fire shots. They're going all over the map. Boom, there goes the one, there goes the two, and that's JP on top of the point with clone number 3 for the second point of the game.
now you're absolutely correct there. JP's 3 pulls out the shotgun, and he gets a quick kill on Artifact's 3. That, at that point, I thought the round was over, but as you mentioned, JP's 3 is so low. If he gets tagged by one of those explosions, even just grazes it, he dies and it goes into another OT. So he really had to survive there. He was the last clone alive, and he does it, and he takes the point.
Definitely well played by JP. Now Artie pulling out the grenade launcher. It seems like Artie's main gun is the grenade launcher. Free-firing all over the map. And now, how does pulling out the grenade launcher so often affect this type of game?
We see grenade launcher more often in 2s because I think it's a little bit stronger in 2v2, but it's still a good tool in 1v1, even if it's not as OP. So he is just looking to put zone control down on typical places that JP might be, and hopefully get him either a kill or take JP down low for an easy kill.
Another invisibility strat coming in here, and it looks like he is playing more on the defensive side. 3 seconds left on the clock, making his way to the point. Now, I think this is a better use of the invisibility strat here. He played very defensively on that clone too, and then went for the kill the last 3 seconds.
We'll see how this plays out here.
The explosion from the pre-fire on that one, almost taking down JP not once but twice. JP able to get out with enough time to pick up the health pack here. He's focusing on Artie's clone 3, manages to take him off, and he leaves his clone on top of the point, so that's giving him the game 1 win.
Fortunately, Quantum's 3 died pretty early on in his own zone, which prevented him from really doing too much. These invisibility strats usually kind of hang heavily on the 3, so because JP did a push, took the health pack, and got the kill on a Quantum's 3, that kind of solidified the round for him right there.
With that
Good counters
round
by
being
JP.
definitely good counters, and with that round being solidified here, we're going to take a small break as we get the next game set up. Perfect cutout time for the music, just in time to start the match. Game number 2 against JP and Artie. And JP leading game number 1. Artie has his work cut out for him to try to make a comeback here. Now, what type of strategies do we need to see from Artie coming out here, Mr. Freeze?
You know, those strats with invisibility are pretty. They are good at catching players off their guard, newer players especially. But someone like JP, who's been around for so long, I don't know how well they're going to work against him. We haven't seen them work for Quantum Artifact yet. I think he may want to change it up. He may want to play more standard, force some different plays from JP, but I'm not really sure.
See a little bit of a switch here. He's not pulling out the grenade launcher this time, but oh no, the clone 1 from JP gonna get desynced. Is that JP running his own invisibility strat? Oh, he came right back up.
It's hard to say. I think he might have just gotten clipped by a grenade on accident there. I don't know if that was too planned.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't. Oh, he's gonna get desynced on his clone number 3. That's clone 3 to clone 3 action going on there. So that one's basically gone. 14 HP, he managed to land the shot, barely coming out of this with just a sliver of health. That's basically JP running out of a Michael Bay explosion, coming in strong to get the first point.
See, JP gets killed by that explosion early on here, unfortunate, but he waits out the explosion health pack. Very smart by him, as Quantum Artifact gets clipped by a separate explosion from JP, leaving him really low. An easy kill for JP's 3, giving him the point there, but he almost got killed.
That was really close. I mean, he took down his 1, and he got taken down twice, I think, by the grenade launchers for his clone 3, right? Able to come back and oh no, he didn't get taken down the last time, but he got so low it was almost over for him.
And that is a great point made by Quantum Artifacts 1 there. All the future clones are going to have to wait until the very last moment to push on point if they don't want to die to that explosion.
Especially with the way these players are playing out, they pretty much almost always get on top of the point with such low HP. Maybe Artie's looking for an overtime play in some sort.
Could be possible. He has both his health packs stolen though. JP still has one up for his 3. Not the greatest position if he wants to go in an overtime. I think it'd be best for him to try and close it out in regulation here.
Especially since JP took 3 health packs, it looks like. So there's only 1 health pack still available over on JP's side. Now we'll see how JP's going to play around it. He is going to play over on Artie's side, it seems, and try to take him down, but the barrel going to explode in his face. He's going to wait out a little bit before he gets the health pack. He gets desynced again by another clone 1, and now all he's going to do is just watch as the game plays out as Artie walks on top of the point for another point.
Great grenade placement by Quantum Artifact. We see JP get taken out early on by both a grenade and some shots from Quantum. Right after he resyncs, a grenade from, I believe it was Quantum's 2, takes out JP's 3, and that ends the round right there. An easy kill on JP's 2 from Quantum, and that gives him the point.
Artie on point, figuratively and literally in this game with those shots. He plans them out so well, and I think Artie's probably one of the few players in this game that plays GL and knows the exact pre-fire placements of where he thinks the opponent's going to be. And I think Artie's a very control type player. He controls exactly where JP's going to come out of, don't you think?
He does a good job using the grenade launcher to cause control, force JP to play in certain areas or get exploded. But JP's been throwing out his own grenade launcher shots here, and he could easily... JP's pretty good with the grenade launcher too. It really just depends which clones get clipped by these explosions. Right now, it looks like Quantum Artifact has point control. Low HP on both his clones, but that does give him a slight advantage going into this final loop here.
In this final loop, we're going to have to see how it plays out here. JP not pulling out the shotgun this time around. Pulls out the SMG. Looks like he wants to keep a little bit of distance away from Artie. But Artie's got the shotgun. He's going to try to go up close and personal. He could get desynced really quickly here. Both players playing around this barrier. JP coming out on top. Now he's going to finish the clones. And he's going to be going on top of the point for point number 2.
Quantum Artifact got aggressive here with a shotgun. JP was left with an SMG in close range against Artifact. That's not a position you want to be in. But JP played it really well. He took the health pack and then played this barrier so professionally, not taking a single lick of damage from Quantum and still getting on point.
And that's crazy too, because Artie was basically trying to distract JP from making his way to the point. If JP wasn't able to take down Artie fast enough, then Artie's clone 2s would have been finishing the job.
Looks like Quantum's going for some more invisibility here, playing safe behind barriers, jumping on point in the last moment.
A solid attempt.
I'm thinking back, if I remember correctly, whenever Quantum was known as the Edge, I believe he was using Grenade Launcher a lot in the 2v2 tournament we saw him play in, and he was also a big fan of the invisibility strats there. So I think this is just his bread and butter. He's trying to make it work here. But
Well,
JP's just doing really good getting those shots.
Oh, but not enough time for Artie to pick up that health pack too. Looks like JP looking to close out the game on the final loop. Able to land that. If he's able to keep that clone 2 alive, that clone 2 for Artie is done for. But it's going to be hard if Artie pulls out the grenade launcher. No, it's got the SMG, and that clone 2 is gone. So now JP is trying to take down the clone 3. One more shot will do it. That's going to be another game for JP, and we're going into the third game.
I want to notice this right off the bat here. The way that Quantum Artifacts shoots right where that barrier was, I just noticed this. The way Quantum Artifact is using this invisibility strat is actually quite genius. I have not seen it before. He is using his grenade launcher as 1 to shoot the yellow barrier so that way the grenade explodes at his feet. However, on his 3, he shoots the barrier out with his SMG, causing the barrier to fly across the map, meaning that grenade that hit the barrier before goes into JP's zone. Not only does it save his 1's life and prevent the invisibility strat from going off, but it also causes a grenade explosion in JP's half, which JP might not be expecting. And that, I think, is just a really good way to do the suicide strat that I have not seen before.
See if Artie's able to make that into a stronger play, or if JP is going to close out the match, bringing him over to the finals. But in the meantime, we'll be right back as we get the next game set up. JP versus Artie, game number 3. And if JP is able to close this game out for the win, he's going to be moving on to the finals. Unless Artie has something to say about it. We'll see how this plays out here. And I don't know, it's looking heavily in favor for JP, isn't it?
It is so far, but it looks like Quantum Artifact is changing it up. He's not going for any invisibility this first, at least this first round. I'd be a little surprised if he doesn't try to do it if he tries to do this game, but maybe he'll do a loop 2 invisibility. We'll see. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but JP is going for the rush, trying to put pressure on Quantum.
Now, is this the first time we've seen a 2 health pack steal in these games? Or in this case,
No,
JP 3 health pack.
Yeah, we've seen JP at least definitely take both of Quantum Artifact's health packs here. Looks like it's working out for him pretty well. He has 2 clones on point, and that does put some pressure onto Quantum.
And we'll see how this JP's pressure is gonna apply to Artie on the 3rd loop. Oh, he spots out the clone 2 out in the open, is able to bring him down to 3/4. But Artie gonna go and pressure onto the other health pack here, trying to take down the clone 2. Ooh, with the explosion right in front of his face. Gonna take that clone down, and that's gonna be JP getting on top of the point for the first point of the game.
It looks like JP's 2 was trying to launch a grenade. Previously, he launched a grenade onto Quantum Artifact's side, but Quantum Artifact's 3 stepped in the line of fire. It blew up in both of their faces, killing those 2 clones, and that unfortunately left JP's 3 uncontested to take the point.
And that must have been some unfortunate placement from Artie. I mean, that's technically a pre-fire, but just not in the way JP was expecting it.
No, our Artifact is trying to rush JP's 2, trying to take him out before he gets too many grenades on the side of the field. Did not work out for him, unfortunately. JP's 1 is doing this rush shot again, but he's a little bit slow getting onto Quantum Artifact's left health pack. Might provide a little bit better of a window of opportunity here for Quantum.
We haven't seen any invisibility stretch from Artie this round here. It looks like he just wants to go for a completely different play. And oh, not able to pick up the health pack here. 2 clones taken away from the game from Artie. Already.
We see Artie's 2 is able to get that health pack on JP's side. Unfortunately, he takes that health pack at 2 seconds. That is really late in the round. That health pack is almost certainly going to be gone. And JP's 3 is going to ensure that right here.
And that's exactly what's happening here, but Artie also gets a read on that too. Desyncs JP, so JP's forced to get the HP pack. And here comes aggressive onto Artie. He might get desynced if he's not careful. Last one more shot's gonna be all in need, and that clone 2 from JP gonna be on top of the point, getting another point for JP.
As we see, JP's 3, JP did not have to jump on point here. He actually played it safe, played it back, because he knew taking that health pack away from Quantum Artifact's 2 means that his 2 survives as long as he can distract the 3 long enough so he can't kill the 2. That's exactly what JP does. He distracts Quantum Artifact extremely well, jumps around the barrier, gets the kill at the end, doesn't have to get on point, takes that round from him. Well played by JP, and close by Quantum Artifact. He just overextended a little bit.
I'm very surprised how that clone 2 was still able to survive. I mean, JP basically had to run through an entire minefield of explosions from both sides and then still make his way there.
It's always interesting seeing the explosions come out because sometimes you'll see all of the grenades hit clones and then everyone's just dying left and right. And other times it's just barely missing people like you're running in on a battlefield as artillery's coming down, but doesn't actually do any damage, so it could go either way.
There goes the clone 1 and a barrel of fun for Artie. Unable to pick up any health pack, he's going to make his way back to the point before he fires a shot.
This isn't good for Artifact. His 2 dies from a grenade shot by JP's 2. Well placed by JP, but JP's 2 is so far back. Quantum Artifact has to really overstim with his 3 to counter that, or just deal with his 2 being dead.
And this could be the final game of the match. JP taking down Artie's clone 2, but Artie's got the upper hand with the health pack. He gets brought down super low, playing around the barrier, trying to stall out JP for as long as possible, but Artie's going to get taken down as 2 close on top of the point, and the match win. JP is going to the finals.
JP gets a sweep, and we see here in the replay, JP's 3 stays back in his half almost the entire time. He knows Quantum Artifact is pushing hard for that 2. He's able to distract him in that health pack area, and as he jumps in point, trying to focus those 1 and the 2 to try and get point and stop JP from winning. JP's 3 is able to clean him up. Great plays by JP. Close games. JP took most of those rounds. Quantum was only able to get 1 off of JP there, but there are a couple that could have went into Quantum Artifact's favor as well. So
with that being said, that wraps up the semifinals match. Now we're going to be heading on to the third place match, and that's going to be So Lucky versus Quantum Artifact or Artie. And we'll see which player is going to come in third place to get the skin prizes that you're seeing on screen there. But in the meantime, enjoy some more sick beats as we take a break.